It's 2026 at time of recording. Maybe you're watching this in 2050. Do we have flying cars yet? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, it's 2026, so I wanted to share my most anticipated films of the year. These are obviously not the films that I think will be the best, not the critically best or, Oscar contenders. These are just films that I'm really keen to see this year. So I'll be doing 10 and then I'll do some honorable mentions. Before we start, please just a quick reminder to like and subscribe this video and my channel. Share it with your friends. It really does help a lot and I will love you forever. Okay, so let's kick off with the first film, which is Send Help, directed by Sam Raimi, written by Damian Shannon and Mark Swift. It stars Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, who are basically colleagues. Well, Dylan O'Brien is the boss of Rachel McAdams, who's kind of a dickhead. Actually, he's quite a big dickhead. And the two of them are basically marooned on this deserted island, and they basically have to work together to try and survive and to obviously escape the island. But ultimately it'll be like a battle of wills and wits to make it out alive, and also there's a lot of tension between them. So this film has a big sort of thriller kind of vibe to it. It's going to be released in February of this year, so definitely check that out. Second film is Project Hail Mary. This is directed by Phil Lord and Christopher Miller, written by Drew Goddard, based on a novel by Andy Weir, and it stars Ryan Gosling as an astronaut who tries to save Earth while being alone in outer space. If you like The Martian, you're going to like this. It's essentially written by the same people who wrote The Martian, both the novel and the screenplay. So you're definitely going to have a good time with this. That comes out in March of this year. Next is Ready or Not 2, Here I Come, directed by Matt Bettinelli Alpin and Tyler Gillette. And it's written by Guy Busick and R. Christopher Murphy. Both writing and directing teams return from the first Ready or Not film, as does the star of that, Samara Weaving. She returns. Her sister is played by Catherine Newton, and there's quite a few other really dope additional cast members like Elijah Wood, Sarah Michelle Gellar. If you love the first film, there's a chance that you're going to like this one. The trailer that I've seen has the same sort of similar tone. If you haven't seen the first film, please do check it out. If you're a fan of comedy horror, it'll be amazing. And then you can check out this film as well, which will be out in April of this year. Next up, we have the long-awaited and anticipated, for me at least, Street Fighter. So this is directed by Kitao Sakurai, who you might have seen from the Eric Andre Show, from Dave, Twisted Metal. It's written by Dallin Muson, who did the script for Captain America Brave New World. This stars Cody Rhodes as Guile, Roman Reigns as Asuka, so the WWE crowd are going to love this. Jason Momoa as Blanca, David Dashmalkian as M. Bison, Ken is played by Noah Centineo, Andrew Koji plays Ryu, and then also 50 Cent plays Balrog, which is crazy, but yeah. So anyway, stacked cast. This story is a little bit more true to the games. You're basically following the reunion of Ryu and Ken, who are basically recruited by Chun-Li for them to take part in the World Warrior tournament. So I've been waiting for this reboot of the franchise for a while now. If you love the games and if you have a special place in your heart for the 1994 movie like I do, then you'll enjoy this one. It will be released in October of this year. Next up, we have Supergirl. So this is directed by Craig Gillespie of I, Tonya. This is the second film in James Gunn and Peter Safran's new DCU. It stars Millie Alcock, who you might know from House of the Dragon, as Supergirl, and then Jason Momoa also appears as Lobo. It follows Kara Zor-El's story and her sort of darker origin before she finally makes her way to Earth. If you're a DC fan and if you love James Gunn's Superman, you're probably keen for this one and have it diarized immediately. So it'll be in June of this year. Highly recommend you check it out. It goes without saying that because I love Street Fighter, I love Mortal Kombat as well. Mortal Kombat for me is an amazing IP and I loved it ever since I was a kid. And Mortal Kombat 2 is coming out this year, directed by Simon McQuoid, who returns from directing the previous Mortal Kombat film that came out in 2021. Written by Jeremy Slater. This stars Carl Urban, who plays Johnny Cage, who's introduced in this film. There's also Joe Taslim, who returns as Bihan. Hiroyuki Sanada, who plays Scorpion, he's back. And then we've also got a couple of new faces like Tati Gabrielle plays Jade. If you love this IP like I do and enjoyed the camp 90s films and thought the 2021 film was pretty decent, then you'll definitely dig this. It is going to be released in May of 2026. Next, we have Spider-Man Brand New Day. So this is directed by Destin Daniel Cretton, written by Chris McKenna and Eric Summers. Stars Tom Holland, of course, as Spider-Man. Zendaya returns as MJ. Jacob Batalon returns as Ned. But then we've also got some fan favorites in John Bernthal as the Punisher. Mark Ruffalo returns as Bruce Banner as the Hulk. Michael Mando returns from Homecoming as Scorpion. Marvin Jones III plays Tombstone. We also have Tremel Tillman from Severance fame. He's joining the cast, as well as Sadie Sink, who a lot of people will know from Stranger Things. In this one, Peter Parker is basically trying to focus on college and leave Spider-Man behind, but then there's a new threat that endangers his friends and he has to basically suit up again, teaming up with some unlikely allies to protect those that he loves. So that will be released in July of 2026. And I'm really, really excited for this one. Next up, we have Dune Part 3, directed by Denis Villeneuve, who also wrote it as well. It's based on Dune Messiah, which is, of course, written by Frank Herbert. It stars Timothée Chalamet, Rebecca Ferguson, Zendaya, Florence Pugh, Javier Bardem, Jason Momoa. Robert Pattinson also joins the cast. And like I said, it's going to be adapted or heavily borrowed from Dune Messiah, which was the sequel to the original book. And if you're a Dune fanatic, you're probably eager to see this one. So yeah, this is definitely one of my highly anticipated films for this year, and it will be released in December of 2026. So a bit of a wait, but definitely going to be worth it. Next, we have Avengers Doomsday. So this is directed by the Russo brothers, written by Stephen McFeely. Basically stars pretty much all the actors in the world. It's got all the kind of Marvel actors as well as actors returning from the Fox era X-Men. New Fantastic Four people are coming up. Pretty much all the actors that have been in Marvel movies before, including Chris Evans as Steve Rogers, probably for one scene, let's be honest. And of course, Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom, not Iron Man. So there's that. I'm very curious about how they're going to make this work. Plot details are unknown at the moment. We've gotten some teasers in December focusing on Thor, Steve Rogers, X-Men, and yeah, basically Doctor Doom is the villain, so I'm super hyped. This is going to be released in December as well, the same day as Dune Part 3, so we have a potential Dunes Day, which is incredible actually. So I'm highly looking forward to that one as well. Some honorable mentions, we have Disclosure Day, which will be in cinemas in June. That's basically Steven Spielberg, alien, sci-fi, not much more to say. There's The Rip, which is actually going to be on Netflix really soon, the day after my birthday, so that'll be dropping on the 16th of Jan. There's Scream 7, that's going to be in cinemas in Feb. Clayface is going to be in September of 2026. Toy Story 5 in June. Peaky Blinders, The Immortal Man, is going to be dropping on Netflix as well. I think that's in March. And then The Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be in May, of course. So those are some of the honorable mentions. And then, of course, my most highly anticipated film for 2026 is The Odyssey, directed and written by Christopher Nolan. The stacked cast, Matt Damon plays Odysseus, Tom Holland plays Telemachus, Anne Hathaway plays Penelope, Zendaya plays Athena, Charlize Theron plays Circe, Benny Safdie is Agamemnon, and John Bernthal is Menelaus. So it basically takes place after the Trojan War, Odysseus facing all these kind of creatures and dangerous sort of escapades on his way back to Ithaca. And yeah, highly anticipated. It's going to be probably be a visual spectacle, as I would expect, no less from Christopher Nolan. I love Greek mythology as well, so this is going to be quite an interesting one, and I'm really, really looking forward to this. So this will be in July of 2026, of course. So yeah, those are my 10 highly anticipated films of 2026. Just a reminder as well to please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Please comment down below if you have any other films that you're really excited about for this year. There's obviously a ton that I didn't mention. Like I said, this is just a very subjective list of my highly anticipated films, but let me know which ones are super like highly anticipated for you. I'm hoping to do reactions and reviews of all of these films as well, the ones that I mentioned, and obviously others as well. And there will be films that will pop up that I'm going to be interested in reviewing as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.